Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Mary Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up in this week's top stories, we celebrate 10 years of inspiring talks hosted by the Jing Books and Cafe at the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center. Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital is recognized by the Ministry of Health and Welfare as one of the top 34 hospitals to promote preventative health care. And Tzu Chi volunteers in Indonesia returned to Megamendung, Bogor to host a free clinic for residents in need. Every month, the Jing Books and Cafe invites guests to give talks at the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center. This year marks the 10th year of this activity, and looking back, over 200 talks had been given. While the topics covered a wide variety of subjects, each talk was about promoting spiritual growth and proper values.
If you are determined to make a difference, it will become your responsibility. Do what you're good at and find your own place. There's no need to care too much about what others expect of you.
The first spiritual talk in Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center was held on May 7, 2005, which was attended by 400 people. Since then, the Jing Books and Cafe in the center holds this activity twice a month and has been doing so for 10 years.
Such seminars are held everywhere, but ours are different. Ours are about promoting spiritual growth and proper values. It's important that we can do that through our talks.
After 10 years, 228 seminars had been held. The speakers were elites from various fields, such as business, literature, fine arts, public welfare, etc. Though the subject of each talk was different, the central theme was always the same.
As children grow, if they are respected, they will surely be confident. This will help instill proper values and character in them, and help them discover their life's value.
In recent years, in order to attract younger audience, one popular actress has been invited to give a talk on filial piety.
Honor our parents is about being respectful and polite to them from the bottom of our hearts. I think it's very important to do so.
Our talks focuses on the value of life, and because what the speakers say will affect the audience. In fact, some of the audience members have become our volunteers and even commissioners as a result.
Due to the speakers' influence, the wholesome values they share will inspire the audience to grow spiritually. This is a good witness to the purpose of holding the talks.
In celebrating the 10th year of spiritual seminars held by the Jing Books and Cafe inside the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center in Guangdu, Taipei, the first guest speakers that opened the seminar were invited to come back and speak again.
Inside the auditorium at Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center, young volunteers at Jing Books and Cafe welcomed the 10th year of the shop's spiritual seminar. Receiving more applause, the founder of Acer, Stan Shi, and his wife, Carolyn Ye, have returned as guest speakers once again, bringing along their eldest son this time.
He lives by the motto, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So he won't impose upon others. That's very important to him. Another thing is he was very liberal in the way he raised us. He basically just let us be.
Today's seminar started by focusing on family values and how to raise children properly.
Instead of forcing your children to do something, might as well let them do things voluntarily. People will grow up. They will learn from their mistakes. So let them make mistakes and explain their mistakes to them. Give them the room to grow. In truth, I've been contemplating the value of humanistic culture. In terms of managing, you start from inside and work your way outside.
The Shus shared insight on self-management to managing a family, then a company, and even communities. They were the first guest speakers who opened the spiritual seminar at the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center. Now, 10 years later, their advice for Taiwan remains the same.
未来台湾要不断的进步呢，
Taiwan must continue to advance itself, which can only be done by sharing positive values. That should be something we should learn and pursue.
有所了解。
父母亲还是很重要。
Parents play a vital role, especially a mother. It's like what my mother-in-law used to say, mothers of the old days are just like the metal hoops of a barrel. Our job is to hold the barrel tightly together.
的那个汤锅。
Though already 71 years old, Mr. Shi remains young at heart and continues to thirst for knowledge. He still lives by his mother's advice to be someone useful, which has become the family's code.
As Taiwan is one of the fastest aging nations in the world, chronic illnesses among the elderly has called for Taiwan's hospitals to take further steps to provide preventative health care and integrate screening services to adults. At a health promoting hospitals and health services conference organized by the Ministry of Health and Welfare's Health Promotion Administration on November 21st, the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital was among the 34 others that were recognized for their initiatives and steps taken to promote preventative health care. Currently, Taiwan is confronted by the growing burden of chronic diseases, which has presented a new challenge for hospitals in the country. Now, hospitals in the country are taking steps to integrate health promotion with preventative health care.
As prevention is better than cure, we hope to do what we can to safeguard the health of our citizens through preventive health care.
Under the guide of Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital staff, patients are shown the smoke-free zones of the hospital. The hospital's initiative in promoting tobacco-free lifestyle, as well as its values and principles of health promotion, have been recognized by the Ministry of Health and Welfare's Health Promotion Administration.
Elderly people are prone to high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, heart disease, kidney disease, arthritis, and so on. So we need to make a concerted effort to promote the prevention of such illnesses.
By taking concrete actions to strengthen health promotion, hospitals in Taiwan are doing its best to safeguard the health and well-being of the people of Taiwan. In areas where there is a lack of access to healthcare information and medical care, residents are often predisposed to many illnesses. And in recent years, smoking has become the leading cause of preventative death. With this in mind, the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital has taken concrete actions to promote a tobacco-free lifestyle in communities and also set up a smoking cessation center in the hospital.
We visit elementary schools in the mountainous communities to teach students how to maintain good oral hygiene and a balanced diet. We've also been raising awareness that smoking and chewing betel nut can cause health problems down the line. When a person is diagnosed with stage 3-4 cancer, it can be difficult to treat.
Besides its health promotion programs, the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital also organizes regular free clinics, conducts house calls, and provides shuttle services to and from the hospital for residents in remote areas.
They won't come if you don't pick them up. It's that simple. We organize a tour bus to pick them up, and they will receive various checkups at the Preventive Medicine Center on the 9th floor. They won't need to pay for any of the checkups.
By reaching out to the communities, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital has not only brought quality medical care to rural communities, but have also heightened residents' awareness on how to maintain their overall health and keep illness at bay. In Zhangzhou, Fujian province lives a family who have not cleaned up their living environment for 30 years. Although the homeowner, Chen Yuejun, wants to provide her family with a cleaner living space, her mother forbade her from throwing away items at home. Now that Chen's mother has passed away, she sought help from Tzu Chi volunteers.
Looking at the piles of items inside and outside this house, one can hardly tell if they're belongings or trash. The house owner has sought out help from Tzu Chi volunteers to clean up the place. In the past 30 years, she could not unclutter the house for fear of causing a family feud.
Elderly people do not like to throw things away. When my mother was alive, she would not let me handle this. So I had to wait till she passed away at the beginning of the year. She told me I could only organize her belongings after her passing. Otherwise, she would get angry if she could not find something.
Chen, who did not want to go against her mother's wish, can now finally organize her house. Since her siblings are physically challenged, she asked for Tzu Chi volunteers' help. Coming to Chen's assistance are several female volunteers, but they are not deterred by the foul odor, heavy items, and other physically demanding tasks.
We have been working since noon. It is almost 5 o'clock now, and we are still not done. We have taken out 4 to 5 truckloads of items. Since the owner's elder brother and sister are disabled, we should help her with this cleaning problem.
After the cleanup, one can finally see the floor again. The Chan family feels relieved in this new environment.
I feel much better. The ventilation and sanitation are better now. At the beginning of November, 2 fires broke out in Makati and Caloocan cities of the Philippines. As many of the homes were built out of corrugated metal, the blaze devoured everything in its path in a matter of minutes. As soon as Tzu Chi volunteers heard of the incident, they immediately readied basic necessities and separated into teams to deliver aid and care to the fire survivors.
A fire which broke out in a barangay of Makati City turned everything to ash.
Around 5:30 a.m. on Sunday, my youngest child woke me up and told me there was a smell coming from the other room. I rose up from my bed and went to their room. From the gap in the door, I saw that a fire had broken out. I tried to kick the door down to extinguish the flames. But when I finally did, the blaze was so fierce it was impossible for me to go inside.
Suffering a similar fate, a fire also broke out in a residential area here in Caloocan City. Tzu Chi volunteers separated into teams to check up on the residents and brought them some aid.
My older brother lives in Leyte province. He told me that Tzu Chi volunteers will definitely come and help us because you helped them after Typhoon Haiyan. We really pray that you would come to our assistance, and you came. God really heard our prayers.
Although it is tragic what happened to us, I could feel the love and compassion of these volunteers and their willingness to give. I'm truly very thankful.
Providing material and spiritual support during times of crisis, Tzu Chi volunteers will see these survivors through these hard times.
In Bogor of Indonesia, when Tzu Chi volunteers held a rice distribution in Megamendung last year, they found out that the residents lacked adequate health knowledge. Therefore, the volunteers recently returned to the area to hold a free clinic serving some 350 residents.
Measuring blood pressure and offering consultation, the doctors at this free clinic in Megamendung of Bogor mindfully check on some 350 residents who come to seek medical attention.
Most of the patients today suffer skin irritation, while some women have stomach inflammation.
When Tzu Chi volunteers held a rice distribution here last year, they found out the residents generally lack health knowledge. Therefore, they decided to return to hold a free clinic.
We talked to the neighborhood heads, and then they informed the residents in a prayer ceremony held on Friday.
Residents ranging from babies to seniors gather here early in the morning to wait in line.
The residents came because the ones who live in remote areas can finally get their health checkups. I hope this will be held again.
Offering timely medical care, Tzu Chi volunteers have also brought love and hope to the people here.
Recently, TIMA members in Hong Kong held their second free clinic in Dongchong District, which saw a turnout of 420 local residents who came to seek medical attention. But first, let's join TIMA members in Taiwan as they conducted a free clinic in Bade, Taoyuan, for those who are hearing impaired.
TIMA members are here in Bade, Taoyuan for a medical outreach. Unlike the usual noisy scenes, today the only sound one can hear is the sound of silence. Doctors pay extra attention, making sure they understand what their patients are trying to convey. Today's free clinic has been organized to serve those who are hearing impaired. A total of 210 volunteers, including doctors and sign language translators, were mobilized to serve 41 patients. Services offered included internal medicine, surgery, dentistry, family medicine, and TCM.
Since we draw on the resources of society, we have an obligation to give back. I feel privileged to be a part of this occasion. I will gladly take part in events like this in the future.
They can't express themselves verbally, but fortunately, in traditional Chinese medicine, we are able to identify what's troubling them just by feeling their pulse. I'm happy to be here today.
Not only did those giving experience the rewards of helping others, those who attended were also impressed by the level of service they received.
The doctor explained what caused my body aches and what I should look out for, so I feel much better now. I want to thank our translators for helping us communicate with the doctors, as well as the teeth scaling service. My teeth feel so much cleaner now. It is a wonderful event you have organized today. So many of our members were impressed by the turnout of doctors and the Tzu Chi brothers and sisters that came to help out.
Although these patients are unable to express themselves verbally, the smile on their faces is all that is needed to convey their gratitude felt in their hearts. Here in Hong Kong's Dongchong District, Tzu Chi volunteers are holding a free health screening at the Neighborhood Advice Action Council Service Center. Many residents came hoping to find the answers to their problems.
The doctor told me that the pain in my knee was caused by a problem in my back. When he pressed here, I regained strength in my knee. The doctor was really thorough, which made me feel a lot more at ease.
After today, our community residents have a better idea about the state of their health and their problems addressed.
Following on from last year, this is the second time Tzu Chi has organized a free screening in Dongchong. Thanks to this group of medical volunteers, 420 residents, including foreign laborers from the Philippines, Nepal, Pakistan, India, and Thailand, will receive quality medical care and consultation.
In our series report on the Los Angeles Tzu Chi Academy in the United States, we meet graduate Brandon Burns. To give back to the Academy, Burns decided to volunteer as an assistant at the school and even during the poetry reading training course. Inspired by Burns' dedication, his parents happily joined his footsteps.
Since the Tzu Chi Academy has to borrow classrooms from a local high school, volunteers must set up the space before students arrive. Every Sunday, they open the doors, set up the reception desk, and lay out floor mats for a Taekwondo class. Some Tzu Chi Academy graduates also volunteer to help students.
After he graduated from Tzu Chi Great Love Kindergarten, I wanted him to start learning Chinese. We found a Chinese school here in Monrovia, so he enrolled in first grade.
She wanted me to learn Chinese mainly because of her Taiwanese background, so that I would have a mix of both worlds. My mom had prepared me a little bit beforehand, so I would know some of the basics so I wouldn't be completely blind and unaware of what's occurring during the classroom. At the beginning, it was pretty simple. I mean, you just learn the very simple vocab, such as the fun, and it's almost like the alphabet for English. Over time, they just added on words and then gradually just made it harder, but you just had to adapt to it.
Teachers pay extra attention to Brandon because his parents are not both Chinese and he doesn't get to speak Chinese as much at home. Then he joined the recitation and speech competitions. After practicing so many times with the teachers, his pronunciation got better.
博士顿这么小，这10年了。I've watched him grow up and, watch him come into the group speech together when I was the oldest in the group speech, and then me leaving the group speech because I'm in college, and then still, seeing him turn out to be now the oldest in the group. Yeah, it's really cute watching them grow up too, and he's also always been one of the talented speakers in Chinese school.
而且博士顿在这里啊，博士顿是10年才进来嘛。这些小孩每一个都24岁了。
He graduated last year. This year, he came back to volunteer and to lead the younger students. He would be there during practices like an older brother and would ask them to be good. We would make fun of him because he used to be pretty naughty too. He's much older now and he is a role model for them.
Back when I was in the school, just learning and everything, I saw all the older brothers and sisters. They just came back after they had graduated to really help the school, because we honestly need people in the front desk. We need people to really aid us in bringing out the homework and just really making it easier on the teachers, because they're doing already so much for us. So it's a matter that they inspired me in order to follow their footsteps in that sense.
I think volunteering here gives them a sense of achievement because they have been through the same experience, and now being able to come back and help the other volunteers with the teachers. Sometimes it's something as small as ringing the bell, but they do their best. They do their job whether it's big or small. It's important that they have the right attitude.
My mom giving me so many opportunities to learn. When I decided that I really wanted to come back, they were willing to also come back and just help. My dad was a tad reluctant to come back, but it was just a matter that we came back as a family and we just came back to help. It just really makes me very happy and glad that they were willing to do so.
想要跟爸爸妈妈讲的话，
我只是想要告诉你们两个，真的你们是帮我很多。我只是想要告诉你，真的很感谢，因为我知道。会有一天是你们不在的时候，我就会想到你们，真的是帮我，真的那么多年，从小到现在都是在帮我做我的 extracurricular activity， 真的是帮我，还让我是再回来，只是帮忙 volunteer， 跟做很多别的事情，真的是帮我很多。好，谢谢爸爸妈妈。
At the end of the program, we joined Tzu Chi volunteers in the Philippines who recently returned to Quezon City to present 2 barangays with boats made from PET bottles. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching Tzu Chi This Week. See you next time.